Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Michael Filigera, and I am with logicalsignals.com and tradershelpingtraders.com. And this is the Elliott wave update for the NQ for Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. Where we left off last night, we were looking for a little bit additional correction, not much, basically having the 20-day moving average hold it. It did. We did see additional rally during Globex. We did get above 14,000, which is what we were anticipating. And then the market started to sell off. And that sell-off actually got pretty steep. And you can see where it ended up today. And if we were only looking for a smaller fourth wave, mind you, I was not looking for a little bit larger fourth wave, I was only looking for small. And that would have brought us back maybe down to here, I think we were talking about. And then have an additional rally, stronger rally. That did not occur. We moved up off of a very, very small pullback and then sold off. So that tells me that this completed likely that additional move that I was looking for beyond this. So we're not going to get it this round. But the sell-off pushed the boundaries to what would be acceptable for a wave 4 correction. Because you can see here, if I was expecting it to continue in this sequence, that we'd have additional waves up in this sequence, it could not, wave 4 could not break this level. I was anticipating that this small third wave would complete here. And then that would then, that it would complete the minor fifth wave. And so I thought that the third wave would complete here and then we would get an additional rally. And that actually is what's happening. So we're moving the count to oblige the market basically. But in the process, we are now looking for a minor fourth wave versus a minute fourth wave correction. And that is why I moved this -3 up to here. So I've switched the count a little bit. One of the things that I do, and that is not always necessarily wrong, but if we tend to count too fast and not allowing for expansive waves to really fulfill their total destiny, then you end up, the market ends up telling you, and then you just make your adjustments to your count. The overall activity of the market remains the same in that I'm looking for a pullback, I'm looking for additional highs, I'm looking for a move back above 14,000, and possibly we up into the zones that we have laid out previously. So now just taking a quick look inside this move. You're not going to, okay. So let's go, oh, damn, come on, man. Let's try that again. I'm not sure why it's doing that. All right, I've been having a really fun day, can you tell? So let's try it that way. You're gonna see how this dipped below here, and that's what killed it. And so that's what opened it up. Now I'm thinking that this particular fourth wave is already put in 5. We're counting it as wave A. It's going to be an overall ABC structure. It'll be a minor level. So this is the minute A. We're going to get a minute B, and then we're going to get a minute C decline to complete the process. Now, let's see if I can get some Fibonacci's on here. Please just click. This thing is so fussy. I don't know if it's the mouse. See how it just goes? It's not. Please work for me. Let's try this again. We do. There you go. Okay. So here are the Fibonacci's that we're going to be looking for to complete a B wave. And the B wave is going to be an ABC. All right. So it's going to do that all within this. And it's going to look like we're just kind of range bound, but it's an ABC. That being the case, we have 382 here. You see it's already got to 236. That would be absolute bare bones minimum. I would expect more unless totally the market's so weak. But I can't imagine after one day of selling that that's going to drop into place. But hey, it could. We have 13,870. 13,900.50, the magic old high. And that's kind of the zone up into here. This is the zone where I would expect it to complete. Now, once done, we have this particular is the wave A is 256 points. That's 256. And so wherever it finishes, say if it finishes at 13,900.50, I'm going to take 13,900.50 and I'm going to subtract 256 points. And that brings me down to 13,644. So that is down here. And what I want to bring into the picture here is if I go back out, I'm going to go back out to that 4 hour and then put it back down on a full size hourly. And here is where we're looking. Here is the 50-day moving average thus far. We've got our first calculation where C would be equal to A if indeed the B wave finished at 13,900 at that Fibonacci resistance there. Then we'd be looking at 13,644. I want to draw in one more calculation, which is going to be for the overall B wave, or excuse me, wave 4, which is correcting. I'm just going to leave it there because it's getting fussy. So you can see that what we have here is 13,691, and then it drops all the way down to 13,484. So in between all of that is our moving average. And then we have 13,644. So that zone now becomes 13,645, we'll call it, up to 13,691. And yeah. And so the moving averages are also close that I'm going to stick with that. This is more likely to finish between the 50-day or the 200-day moving average and that calculation of 13,644. Then we're expecting the rally to pick up again. Now, mind you, also right here at 13,649, that's the bottom end of 4. So when we had our Fibonacci's up here, we have 49 also, which is the bottom of wave 4. Here, this wave 4. This wave 4 finished at 13,649. So actually our zone, let me just improve the zone because we still have that 91 above, but I think that that'll just kind of slide, but we should find support to complete the whole move, 13,644 to 13,669 right now. And then that can be adjusted, but it is very common for fourth wave to trade down into the zone and finish actually in the area of the fourth wave of 1 lesser degree, and that's this one right here. So we've already come into it on the A wave. We're getting a B wave and then a C wave down, and that should bring us right into the bottom of that zone, and it fits. Once that's complete, then again, we're going to have an entire minor wave 5 advance up. We're going to, in my opinion, my expectation would be that we go back about 14,000 and that we start to head up to those other levels, the other zones that we have put on our chart. And I'm going to go out to the daily chart to see if I can reconstruct those. And that would be based on that 3. And so that's kind of remaining the case right now. So come on, we need to change this to undo Fibonacci retracements. We'll get rid of those, we don't need them. And we're going to go down to extensions. And we're going to go from there. Come on, please don't do this to me. Oh, it gets so fussy. And see, it keeps going down there, and I'm not. There. And then it goes up to this top, which is that old previous high at 13,095. And then we're going to come down to the see. There. Okay. So if you remember, we've got a couple of zones, and because we also had this, and now we're going to have to redraw them, because now we're going to be looking for where this next fourth wave is going to be. So this could change. Our zones are going to change, but right now we're looking for at least 14,472, 14,732. And then I think, you know, we had others, but those now don't qualify anymore because of the additional wave higher that we had. And that this completed wave 3. So we're looking for the bottom of wave 4 before we can project out for wave 5. So once that's complete, then we'll add. But right now, many of the numbers that we had still remain the same, and you can see that they're there. And that's that larger intermediate wave 5 that we're also working on. So right now we're moving through minor 4 of that larger 5, and then we're going to finish it up with a minor 5 of intermediate 5, et cetera, and then finish that entire cycle. And so we still have a lot of work on the upside to do. And that's where I'm going to leave it for right now. So for tomorrow, I'm looking for the continuation of our B wave. And we had our numbers. We're looking at the possibility of it topping somewhere around 13,900. Right now, the 50's at 903. We'll see where it ends up because, you know, they move around as the market does. And we have some minimums down here, 870, 886. And so in those areas, that's where I'd be looking for it to kind of top out and finish in the area of the previous fourth. That all fits. We put it in a nice C wave. And then we're off to the races again to the upside. Next update will be tomorrow on Thursday, April 15th.